US President Donald Trump has sparked a political firestorm by alleging that his predecessor, Joe Biden's aggressive prostate cancer diagnosis, was concealed from the American public for years. Trump's claims, delivered without evidence, have reignited the debate over transparency, fitness for office, and the credibility of Biden's presidency. On May 18, Biden's office revealed that the 82-year-old former president had been diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer. Within 24 hours, Donald Trump went from offering sympathy to throwing a political grenade.
To respond to President Biden being diagnosed with cancer, are you going to call your predecessor?
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. I just had my physical. You saw that. You saw the results of that particular test. I think that test is standard to pretty much anybody getting a physical, good physical.
Trump appeared to confuse the Gleason score, which measures cancer aggressiveness on a 6 to 10 scale. His core accusation stuck that Biden had been seriously ill while in office and that someone had hid it. Trump didn't stop there. He questioned the role of Biden's doctors, specifically the same physician who earlier declared Biden cognitively fit for duty.
And it takes a long time to get to that situation. Now, I think, to get to a stage 9, I think that if you take a look, it's the same doctor that said that Joe was cognitively fine. There was nothing wrong with him. Well, he said, if it's the same doctor, he said there was nothing wrong there, and that's being proven to be a sad situation.
Trump implied medical complicity in a larger deception. He has long pushed the narrative that Biden was mentally unfit, citing debate freeze-ups, memory lapses, and now cancer. So, is Trump onto something, or is this just political opportunism? Experts say Biden's diagnosis likely wasn't sudden. Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, a top oncologist and Biden transition advisor, said the former president may have had the cancer for years, maybe even a decade, growing silently. Dr. Stephen Quay, a pathologist and biotech CEO, went further, saying it would be malpractice to discover metastasis this late. He was likely carrying this during his entire White House tenure. And Yale professor Howard Foreman said it was inconceivable that such advanced cancer hadn't been detected earlier, unless no PSA tests were done. Despite Trump's claims, several doctors say Biden's case, while aggressive, isn't medically implausible. Some prostate cancers spread without symptoms and don't always spike PSA levels. Others aren't detectable through standard screening. Still, the situation remains murky. Biden's critics, including J.D. Vance and Congressman Ronnie Jackson, are pointing fingers at his inner circle, accusing them of knowingly concealing the disease to protect his image. The timing of the diagnosis coinciding with the book, Original Sin, detailing Biden's alleged decline, has only fueled suspicion. Even former US Representative Dean Phillips raised eyebrows, saying it's hard to believe the announcement's timing was coincidental. The US has a long history of presidential health secrecy. The law doesn't require former presidents to disclose personal health details.
There are things going on that the public wasn't informed, and I think somebody's going to have to speak to his doctor, if it's the same, or even if it's two separate doctors. Why wasn't the cognitive ability, why wasn't that discussed? And I think the doctor said he's just fine, and it's turned out that's not so. It's very dangerous. Look, this is no longer politically correct. This is dangerous for our country. Look at the mess we're in. You're talking about all these questions on Ukraine and Russia that would have never happened. As an example, if I were president, would have never happened. The other thing is you have to say, why did it take so long? I mean, this takes a long time. It can take years to get to this level of danger. So it's a very, very sad situation, and I feel very badly about it. And I think people should try and find out what happened, because I'll tell you, I don't know if it had anything to do with the hospital. Walter Reed is really good. They're some of the best doctors I've ever seen. I don't even know if they were involved, but a doctor was involved in each case. Maybe it was the same doctor, and somebody is not telling the facts. That's a big problem.
Trump even tied Biden's cancer concealment to global consequences, arguing that if he were president, Ukraine and Russia would have never escalated. The reality remains that Joe Biden is not the president anymore. He is not obligated to disclose anything, but that doesn't shield his legacy or his party from fallout. The Democratic establishment is under fire, not just for Biden's health, but for what they knew, when they knew it, and how long they kept it from the public. Trump, now back in office, is using this moment to draw a direct line between Biden's health and America's alleged decline.